Hey there, what's going on? My name is Brandon Lazar, and for the last 14 years, I've owned and operated a home service business in the gutter cleaning, window cleaning, and pressure washing space. At our peak, we have 14 work vans on the road, and we do 7 figures of revenue every single season. Today, I wanted to come to you with a really cool little system that we use out in the field of our home service business. And what it does is it essentially organizes and secures all of our equipment and our tools. What I'm talking about is utilizing a shipping container or a C-can as an in-the-field shop space. So there's a couple different lengths and conditions of C-cans that you can get. Generally speaking, what I recommend is going with the one trip or the brand new C-cans. If you go with anything that's a lesser condition, you're gonna get rust issues, and also the doors can be really difficult to open. Also, there's 20 footers and there's 40 footers. What I'm gonna show you today is a 20 footer. The 40 footer is really, really big. The final variable that I just want to go over quickly is you can get a regular height C-can, which is 8'6" high, or you can get a high cube, which is 9'6" high. For what we're talking about today, 8'6" is absolutely fine, and you don't pay the premium that you do with a high cube. Before we go inside, I just want to show you this really cool little modification that we've done. So we mounted this combination key lock. Because we have employees coming and going, we can easily change the combination, and we don't have to chase down a physical key in order to get into the C-can. So it's really cool to do that. I do recommend a really heavy duty master lock in order to secure the C-can. And the final thing I want to point out before we go in is this cellular trail cam. So basically, if it detects any sort of movement outside of the door, it's going to take a picture and it's going to send it right through to your phone. For this, you don't need any sort of internet hookup, and you don't need power. Even though we do have power, we built this in the past to be completely self-sufficient. So if you don't have any power or water or internet, it can still function absolutely perfectly. So let's go inside. Okay, so as I said, we do have power running to our C-can, which is great. I have it on this timer here, so worst case, if one of our employees forgets to shut off the lights, it's only going to run for the 30 minutes and then they'll shut off automatically. As you come in, there's a bit of an office space here with a whiteboard, and the paperwork can all be placed here in these folders. And then we have this shelf that can basically fold down and be used to write on as if it were a desk. And again, because we do have power, we have this receptacle right here. So if we have small drills or hand tools, we can charge them all up on the side. The cool thing about what we've done here is every shipping container I've seen has these little hooks up at the top here, and they're usually about every 5 or 6 feet. What you can do with a sheet of plywood is you get these hooks, and essentially then you just hook into the little eyelet, and it provides such a better space to anchor all of your tools and equipment, hooks, shelves, you name it. It just works so much better when you kind of board it first with a little bit of wood wall. Going forward, we have a supply shelf here. So the idea here is we want to provide everything for the guys to go out and do their job effectively and efficiently. And then over here for our window cleaning service, we have water-fed poles. And again, we've mounted these really cool little hooks on the side in order to hold them or house them. And then we have a shelf over here. Right up here, I just wanted to show you quickly, this was from before when we had no power. Essentially, that is a solar light. So the solar panel is up on the roof, and the cord runs in through to the C-can. And if you didn't have any power hookups, that's how you can run it so that you still have light inside of your C-can, which works pretty well. It is really nice when you can get the LEDs, but the kind of point of this story is it's a really great way to cut down on your expenses in launching a business. Essentially, what we say is all we need is a C-can and a van, and we can start a new location. And we do have a multitude of different cities that we service, and it all starts here with a C-can and then just a parking space for the work vehicle. So it's really easy to come by that, and it's much more efficient versus needing commercial space, brick and mortar, stuff like that costs a lot of money. Whereas this is just a little bit easier on the pocketbook, and it's a great way to bootstrap your way into a new market. So that's what we've come up with. One thing I would recommend, highly stress, is if you are going to get a shipping container, get the nicest one that you possibly can. 20 foot works absolutely fine, and you don't need a high cube. They do cost a premium, and it's just not required. One thing to note that's really cool about the shipping containers is they generally appreciate with time. So if you have to put some money into it, you should get more money on the flip side when it comes time to sell, which is a great thing. So other than that, I just wanted to share this really cool little system that we utilize inside of our home service business. If you have any comments, questions, or want to reach out, feel free to. Again, my name is Brandon Lazar. I hope you have a great day, and we'll chat with you soon. Hey guys, before you go, be sure to check out hourlyiq.com if you haven't already. Honestly, looking back on my journey, the last 14 years growing and operating my home service business, I almost get frustrated when I consider the fact that I didn't have something like Hourly IQ to give me a completely awesome perspective as I went. Essentially, Hourly IQ is this one-stop shop where it'll give you great feedback on how each of your employees are performing, as well as how your business in general is functioning. And this stuff is so important, but oftentimes it's tedious and it's difficult to know exactly how we're doing, especially in the heat of it all. So if you haven't already, be sure to head over to hourlyiq.com. It's an amazing piece of software, and honestly, we're just so stoked to even use it in our own business, and I know it'll help you to either grow your home service business or to become more profitable. So definitely check it out. Thanks so much.